Next up here, we're going to show you my small parts inlay routing station. I've purchased these beautiful templates over the years, and I haven't figured out a way to do this in a production environment. This old pin router I have isn't fine enough detail with this foot pedal to do what I wanted it to do. The chain runs up through the machine here, as you can see, and it pulls down at the top, that arm. And I had all these extra pieces, so I figured, how do I make this work? So I purchased a chair motor for a recliner, and it's got this up and down button, and I ran a chain through the machine up to the top of the machine, and with this motor here, I mounted the motor to the back through this clip here, put a little bar, ran a little piece of pipe, clipped it in, and this actually worked out pretty well. The chain runs up through the back and pulls down, and then I have this depth set adjustment to set this up perfectly. So you can see here the up and down, pull the router down at a very slow but consistent pace, and it stops where it is. And I've got the arm set up so that it doesn't move. It's actually a pretty good detail. Here you can see what happens on the top. As the arm moves up, it pulls, the chain pulls the head down, and as it goes down, the springs push this back up. So I'm pretty much set. I can do all my inlays and templates in a production type of environment. Essentially all I did is put a board down, clamped it down, lowered my bit, this is a 1/16 of a bit, raise it back up. Now I've got my hole. I've got a 1/16 brass rod that I've approximately cut to size. Push it down to make sure it's actually sitting. It's nice and firm, it's not going to move. Take a little bit of super glue. This is a pretty cool super glue epoxy. I've been using this a lot lately. Love it. It's like a little bit of both. Pop this in. Push it down again so it doesn't move. Double check this against my template, make sure it's all set. Let that glue dry, and we'll come back and test this. Obviously I'd like this more on a foot pedal than on a hand pedal, but you lower this down, I get this set with the depth adjustment, lower it, move this around the pin, and go. Really happy with the way this turned out. I was smart enough to purchase extra parts for that pin router, and it kind of just lucked out. Originally I was trying to figure out a stepper motor with a vertical access. It's kind of a CNC, a manual CNC to do this. I still want to figure out a way to make this machine. There are definitely not enough pin routers out there in the market. At least the pin routers that I've seen are way too expensive. And I want to try and create a production type of pin router that's more accessible to the masses. So I'm going to do some more research here with pin routers. But you can see in this close-up how well this actually works out. I bought that recliner motor and arm off of eBay for 70 bucks. Had all the other parts. And this works out really well. Just about the right speed to lower it, so I stop it in time. I'll be using this with the clay inlay that I had in the other one. I've got some really cool ideas around the clay that I've been playing with that'll make these inlays look awesome. I've done epoxy in the past for this and did not like the way it turned out. Too many bubbles. But there's inlays and this clay that I found that actually works out really well. So once I figure out how to get this to a foot pedal, I'll be able to use it with both hands. It'll be much quicker and safer. Here, this was just a practice piece. Actually, the first time I'd ever used this. But I was pretty excited the way this turned out. I found a Barnaby PCB pin router that I had years ago, and I was always disappointed that I sold it. Didn't have it in my head how to actually get it to work. But this actually turns out pretty well. Here's a close-up. So thanks for watching, guys. This is my jimmied up pin router. See you in the next vid.